There we go. Should be fine now, hopefully. Yep. Yeah, just had a little oopsie with the audio, but anyway, it's what it is. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Just give me a second, folks. Just trying to do something real quickly here. When this title was an honorary award given each year to one Grand Prix circuit in Europe. The Old Rouge corner is a favourite among fans who have jokingly dubbed a similar corner on the Istanbul Park circuit Beau Rouge. saw the birth of the Radion section of the track. However, World War II would ensure Radion would not take action. Alright, cool. Stream's up and the chat's up. Perfect, we're all set to go. Hello everyone and welcome to round 8 of the F7 Championship here on PSGL. I'm KD1997, your commentator for tonight's event, and this time we are racing at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Opened to Formula 1 back in excuse me, back in oh goodness me, I had a bit of a brain fart there for a second. Opened back in 1970. This track would be actually no, from 1983. I take that back. 1970 was when it was intermediately before it became now more well famous for Belgium. But anyway, yeah, became more well known for Belgium. The Belgian Grand Prix in 1983 was first opened up during 1925. Has then been redeveloped ever since then. The track is the longest racetrack out of any racetrack on the modern Formula 1 schedule, at up a total distance of 4.3 miles. And it has 20 corners and only 2 DRS zones, one that leads down the main straightaway towards La Source, the other one that leads down the exit of Rouge and Radion and onto the Kemmel Straight that leads into the Les Combes chicane. That basically would be the exit of turn 5 leading up towards the entry of turn 6. Or turn 4 it's 5, but yeah, to take that back. Anyway. And sometimes I get the corner numbers a little bit mixed up. But yeah, there are some challenging aspects of this racetrack, considering the fact there are some very fast areas and some elevation changes around Spa. Drivers will have to be mindful of the Rouge and Radion complex when they go up the hill. Helps you get a better run to the Kemmel Straight, which can give you opportunity to get DRS and pass the car in front, which leads you to the Combes chicane. There are some other overtaking spots besides that. You can't try at turn 8, the negative cambered right-hander of Bruxelles. There's also the pool on the fast left-hander that drivers will have to be very mindful of. It's very fast, very quick, and it's also a very tricky corner as well. If you hit the inside curb at Pouillon, your car will definitely be spun around. And then, of course, the other opportunity you can try at is at Blanchimont or also at the bus stop chicane, which is at the final sector. Now, also being with Spa, it is also known to have some wet weather racing. Fortunately for us, we've got dry conditions for this third occasion here at Spa. So hopefully that remains the same here for tonight. Before we go forward, folks, now qualifying, there is some news to go through. First from last week's race at Imola. Only a few incident reports that were come out of all this. There was one of them being no further action between El Pilotor and Ludo. That was reported as an racing incident. Brokey was given a 5-second time penalty and 2 license points for the collision with himself and Leo Aris. That doesn't matter anyway because he was out of the points. Liam and Joss had a bit of an incident. Joss got given a 5-second penalty and he was given a license point and a 3-second time penalty that he will have to serve for the next race he does a 10. Was also given a warning also for not providing footage to the stewards. Another incident involving Dominic Nielsen, Bumblebee, McKaylee, and Napple. That first bit was a warning and a license point to Bumblebee and a lag warning to Napple, and then no further action between Leo Ayres and Nick Kenshin. The final incident, this actually we caught on stream, was the final lap between Provatox and Nathan. Actually, no, this wasn't on the final lap. According to this, it actually was on lap 12. Nathan was given a 3-second time penalty and a license point. So that, unfortunately, demotes him down from second down to about 5th, I believe, behind Napple. So, unfortunately, that's his podium, unfortunately, gone. So that promotes Provatox to second and Riggs up to third, pretty much, in the top 3 for the podium places. And Napple, of course, goes into 4th as well in the Drivers' Championship. Speaking of which, looking at the Drivers' Championship, currently it is Riggs that's leading the way on 68 points. He is dead even with Provatox in second. Brandox in third with 57 points, followed by McKaylee in 4th with 41. Yanetsky is in 5th with 38. El Pilator is in 6th with 34 points. Resify in 7th with 25. Bumblebee in 8th with 24, along with Nathan. And Luna rounds it all off with 13 points. Constructors table, it is Alfa Romeo that are leading the way on 72 points. Ferrari are in second at 71, followed by Aston Martin, Red Bull dead even at third with 69 points. Then it's AlphaTauri in fifth with 35 points. Mercedes in 6th with 26, McLaren at 7 with 25, Haas in 8th with 16, Alpine in 9th with 7, and Williams rounds it all off with 6 points. Now we can fully focus on qualifying. And also a little bit of news in the commentary box. Unfortunately, Flynn, what you may know, my co-commentator, is not here for tonight's race. Unfortunately, he's dealing with a bit of issues with his vocal cords. So, yeah, he will not be participating for tonight's race. But best of luck for Flynn. Hopefully you do get better. Yeah, don't want it to get any more worse than what it already is. As we can see, there are a few times on the board already. Riggs is at the top with a 1 minute 41.189. That's followed by his teammate, Nicholas Boita, the Brazilian, with a 41.4. A bit of a gap right now between those two Red Bulls. That's Liam in third, followed by the two Alfa Romeos of Julian and El Pilator. That's Boomsha, Joe's, Provatox, Leo Ayres, and maybe. So Yanetsky, once again, is absent for this race. Yeah, so we only have 18 cars in the field. That's not too bad to see as well. Let's see here. Brandox currently making his way through Stavilo. Looks like he's invalidated his lap time, so he will not go further forward into this lap. Same with Dominic Nielsen. Nathan, it looks like he doesn't have a great deal of battery to use. I wouldn't say he's on a proper flying lap, if I'm totally honest. And let's see, maybe is going back into pit lane. Currently sitting in 10th with a 1 minute 42.6. Yeah, how close will this qualifying session be? We see in the previous weeks how close it's been with this entire field. Considering how long Spa is, ironically, qualifying does tend to get quite close around here for a track that has a total distance of over 4 miles. Let's just see how everyone will do here in this sort of occasion. Tell you what, since Brokey is the next car to do a lap time, we'll run along with him. Give it a tour on the racetrack here at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps. Down the main straightaway, DRS wide open, heading up towards turn 1 of La Source. Braking just before the 50 board, down to 4th gear, down to 3rd. Gently down the gears as he makes his way around La Source. Up the gears, down the old GT pitch straight, and now into Eau Rouge and Radion. Flat out in Formula 1 cars. Very fast, very committed there. Up and over the crest, opens DRS, down the Kemmel Straits. Up towards now Lake Holmes chicane. Top speed from Brokey, about 200 and 12 miles an hour. As he makes his way through the column. 5th gear all around turns 5, 6, and 7. Now to turn 8. Down to 4th gear. Locks up a bit. Down to 3rd mid-apex. Trying to find as much traction as he possibly can. Through No Name. Now into up towards Puon. The fast left-hander of turn 10. Down to 7th gear. Hugs the inside apex. Is the outside apex. There in turn 10. Up towards now the Fania chicane. Up turns 11 and 12. Down to 5th gear. Hugs the inside apexes there. Gives them a really nice kiss there. Very nicely done. Now to 13 and turn 14 and 15. Also through Stavilo. And now she's all flat out through here until you get into Longchamp. There's 16. Actually, I think there's 18 corners around the racetrack. I said 20. I take that back. Now to the bus stop chicane. Down to the 4th. Oh, and a bit of a wiggle there. Might have had a rear locking there from Brokey. Runs really wide. Up as DRS will cross the line instead of 42.5. That will be good enough for at least 10th for the moment. Yeah, sometimes at Wikipedia it tells you 20 corners. Another game I think says 18 corners. But nevertheless, Bellamy, his Brookie's teammate, is on a flying lap, making his way towards turn 8. Down to 3rd gear, modulates the throttle there. Trying to find as much traction as he possibly can. And hello, Harda, by the way. I think that's your name. Harda. Yeah, another Nicholas Boita supporter. That's been something I haven't seen in the comment section recently. Some Brazilians cheering for Nicholas Boita. Very nice to see anyone cheering for any driver as they possibly can. As unfortunately he didn't validate their Bellamy but running wide at Puon. Brown Dogs, 3-time pole sitter right now, who also won a couple weeks ago at Japan. Currently fighting for the Drivers' Championship. He needs to have another strong result if he wants to keep his championship fight alive between himself and Riggs. Speaking of which, he hasn't validated his lap time. He was up by 80 thousandths, but unfortunately, yeah, will not have that lap count. Liam's lap, though, will count as he's making his way towards the bus stop chicane. Hard on the brakes. Down to 3rd. Uses the inside curve there. Open the DRS, will head up towards the start-finish line. It's pole position for Liam with a 141.129. Resify goes to the top with a 41 flat. That's very quick. Very, very quick. McLaren 1-2 and a Red Bull 3-4. Julian, meanwhile, is heading through Puon. He's up by over just a 10th of a second. As he makes his way through Puon, up towards now the Fania chicane. Down to 5th gear. How's the inside apex? Up towards now to the end of the middle sector comes the Alfa Romeo. As Luna goes to 4th with a 1:41.2. As Julian has invalidated by running wide there. That's going to be a common thing to see. Those drivers running wide at that particular corner. Prophet Talks up by just nearly over half a second to the middle sector. Coming up towards the final bus stop, the final corner, the bus stop chicane. Opens DRS, heads up to the line. Pole position for Prophet Talks with a 1:41.042. And it's 13 thousandths between the top two. He is in a tight fight between this man in 4th, Riggs. They are dead even right now in the championship. It's going to be very close to see how this all pans out between those two. Nathan, meanwhile, is on a flying lap as he heads up towards Puon. Had a podium last week, but unfortunately that penalty has cost it. Brandox is out. He's crashed out. That is at the exit of turn 7. Where's the car? Oh, there it is. He has spun at the exit of turn 7, completely destroying the car. The man who's at back-to-back poles is going to be out to qualify. He'll start from the very back. Very unfortunate as Joe's goes to 7th with a 41.559. Oh dear, oh dear. That is definitely something Brandox didn't need, considering he is fighting in the championship as well. Nathan to the line will set a 41.3. Puts himself into 6th place. Yeah, I've still got a couple of cars yet to do lap times, and that would be Dalton Nielsen and Bell will be there right now in the pits. I think everyone's going to be going to the pits, get onto a new set of tires, of course. Provatox is out of fuel, that's why the yellow flags are indicated.
2008 saw a frantic battle between Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Raikkonen. Conditions were bad due to a late shower of rain, causing Hamilton to stay before resuming his lead in the closing lap, where Raikkonen crashed. Steward went on to a penalty to Hamilton.
Yeah, Brandox, though, that's not very good for his championship. Had a shocker, actually, last week at Imola, finishing outside the points. Right now, not looking too good here. He's got a lot of work to do. Considering Spa, this is also one of the toughest tracks. Really, if you're at the back, it's not very easy to overtake. Alright, well, we got cars coming about on track as we speak. Roki's on the outlap. Yep, everyone's coming out of the pit lane. Joes will go back into pit lane. He's gonna need, I think these two are done with qualifying, Joes and Nathan, considering how much time they have left on the clock. Yeah, there's no way they're gonna have enough time to go back out. It's a very long outlap and in-lap around Spa. Reservoir just letting cars through there. That's Provatox. Nathan's retired, yeah, fair enough. And also, something I didn't mention beforehand, the new Ferrari livery. That's something you may have caught your little eye on. That was updated in the new update that came in a couple days ago. This is the Monza Tribute livery. That is to celebrate Ferrari's victory in the 24 hours of Le Mans, what they did with the 499P. Very nice styling looking Ferrari, I will say that. I love the look of it. Yeah, pretty much makes it look almost exactly like what the 499P with that stripe there going around on the engine cover. They have it like towards the back of the car on the engine cover as well. Oh, just Lawrence. I haven't been catching what's been going with the esports drivers and WOR. But yeah, I've been seeing some things in the PSGL side of things. Right, Riggs, championship leader at the moment, will make his way down the main straightaway for what will be his final flying lap. Down the main straightaway, up towards the La Source, down to third gear, locks up just a little bit, but gets through the corner very nicely done. As he makes his way down the old GT pit straight, and now into the Eau Rouge and Radion complex. Flats out there, full throttle, no need to lift at all. Just get the car committed as possibly can. Opens DRS again for the second time. Heads down the Camel straight. What will the clock say for the Red Bull driver? He's up by only 11 thousandths of a second. Reservoir, second right now in the table right now. He is down by 94 thousandths. That's not very good news as Liam is done with qualifying. He did not make it to the line in time. Race is invalidated. He's done with qualifying. Robert Sox is going to be someone to keep an eye on. Excuse me. Nicholas Poita down by, I think that was 11 thousandths for what it said. Julian's on at turn 8. I didn't quite catch what it was. El Pilator around there as well. Robert Sox, I did not quite catch what his first sector was, unfortunately. Reservoir is, oh yeah, that's right. I already saw that. Oh, has he invalidated there too? He has. I think I might have not caught that. Luno is up by a tenth of a second to the first sector. Boyda, though, is up by a tenth to the middle sector. He needs to find another couple of tenths to find at least pole position as Belbaby goes to 10th with a 1.599. Meanwhile, though, Nicholas Poita around the final corner. Up towards the line comes the Red Bull. It's only 5th with a 141.2. Provatox making his way around Stavolo. Up towards now towards Blanchimont. Luna, though, is up by 0.3 of a second. This can definitely challenge for pole. He needs to keep this lap tidy. El Pilator goes to second with a 1 minute 41.0. What about Luno? Can he get pole position? He can with a 140.7. Provitos, can he snag that away? The answer is no. He cannot snag it away. Luno on the last gasp gets pole position for Aston Martin. The Swede does it again with a 140.793. Fantastic lap at the end of qualifying. Beats out Provitos by just a little over a tenth and a half. Fantastic. El Pilator, a strong qualifying from last week's race winner at Imola, gets to third with a 141.0, being out Resified by 1,000th. Fifth to Liam Riggs will start in 6th place, along with his teammate Nicholas Boita, Julian Nathan Boomsha, Leo Aris, Joes, Bumblebee, Brokey, Nick Kenshin, maybe, Dom Nielsen, and also Brandox will start from the back of the grid. Actually, I think, did I say back-to-back poles for Brandox? I think I meant to say back-to-back poles for Luno. I meant, yeah. Yeah, the Ron Aston, because, yeah, he was on pole for last week at Imola. And yeah, as you can see, we are now at, well, I did say it can rain at Spa, and well, it has. It's looking like intermediate conditions here. I do see slicks, I think, in that Red Bull garage. Alright, well, there is no formation lap, of course. We will go straight into the race, and yeah, I know we don't have the fancy graphics because Flint's not here, but look, your health is more important than anything, so it's fine. It's just that I don't have an Elgato card, unfortunately, to do all the fancy graphics and stuff. I wish I did, but I don't. But anyway, we will get to the race very shortly. I wonder if this is going to be a mix of interested drives. I have a feeling that's what it's going to be. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. We still got a long race ahead of us here for the Belgian Grand Prix. Yeah, Provitos, though, in a very good spot, though, to claim the championship lead if he can get ahead of Riggs. He'll be in a decent spot once they get to the next round, which will be at Jeddah. That'll be the penultimate round of the championship. Still don't like the fact, though, that we're in Mexico, though, for the final round. I will say that. I know that I'm not the one that made the calendar, but yeah, in my opinion, I just don't like Mexico. It's just not a very good track, in my opinion. Alright, 5 red lights for the Belgian Grand Prix. And we are underway here at Spa. Nice start by the Aston Martin of Luno. Covers off the Ferrari into turn 1. And Lasource, bit of contact as well. I think someone got tagged. That was a Red Bull, I believe, of Nicholas Boita. That got tagged at turn 1. He's dropped down to 9th place. Nathan alongside his teammate, car shuffling about as they make their way through Eau Rouge and Radion. Nicholas Boita, Joe has to back out as they were nearly side by side through Eau Rouge and Radion. Down the Campbell Straight, speaking of side by side, Liam trying to get alongside here. And same with the AlphaTauri in front. That is Boomsha, I believe, trying to get... that's... Oh, dear me, that was actually Nathan alongside the Red Bull of Nicholas Boita. Joe is alongside the Ferrari. Joe stays in front. Yellow flags out as maybe has crashed out at the exit of Lacombe. 2 cars have gotten involved in that. Him and Brokey have come together, as there's now been a safety car that's been deployed. Both of them, all the drivers on the slicks. They're on the slicks. Oh my goodness, that is something I did not catch. That is quite interesting. Slick tires at the start of the race. Most of them on the soft tires, but apart from Provatox, who's on the medium compound tire. Nicholas Boyta on the medium, same with Liam. Oh no, Liam's on the hard, sorry. Belbaby's on the mediums. Same with Dominic Nielsen, who's actually gained a few spots. Very nicely done. Brandock's in 14th. He's gained at least 4 spots on the opening lap. He's on the hard tire. Julian's on the softs. Brookie on the mediums. And Nick Kenshin on the mediums. Right, so with the safety car that's now been deployed. Oops. With it being deployed, what are the drivers are probably going to have to pit, I imagine, because, yeah, it's still rain, and, yeah, you can see the track is still shiny. I imagine they come in. All of them should. No, they don't. Right, so is the rain going to ease up, then? I mean... That's quite interesting. Well, Brandox is in the pits. Same with Berkey, understandably, because he got... Well, I was going to say a broken front wing, but not only that, he's got now a 5-second time penalty for speed in the pits. And yeah, into me, it's at the go for Brandox. So this is at least something he needs to do if he wants to gamble for at least the weather to get wetter. Meanwhile, Brokey is on the mediums. In these sort of conditions, well, the track is getting, it looks like it's getting worse. I mean, I don't know. Like, you can see how the track is all shiny, like, it's definitely not dry. I could definitely promise you. Yeah, it's definitely intermediates, I think. Unless the track is not wet enough. I don't know, because sometimes this game gets so inconsistent with, well, not only with the weather, but also with how the transition of the weather is. One moment it could be like, it takes forever for the track to dry up, and we're still like, we're still under wet weather conditions or something. Or it dries up like a minute or two after the rain stops. Like, I don't understand how that works, but it's just, yeah, it's just odd. But anyway, but if Brandos hasn't got it right, which it could be possible, because he's on the intermediate tires. I don't see spray though, that's another thing I haven't been noticing. There's no spray coming off of the cars. Nice helmet, by the way, there from Brandox. That's actually another Verstappen helmet. That's the helmet he used for the Belgian Grand Prix. Silly me. Dutch Grand Prix. That was his Dutch Grand Prix helmet. Very nicely. Very nice indeed. Alright, safety car will stay out for another lap. So we'll keep waiting about, I guess. But yeah, if the rain does get increasingly worse, Brandox has played this correct. If it doesn't, though, then Brandox has got it all wrong. Leo's in the pit lane. Now what is he doing? Let's see. Brandox also back in. Really? So does he not think that that's gonna get worse? Rookie's in for mediums. Hard tire. Really? In these conditions? Why? Leo's on the mediums. No, 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 no. In this sort of condition, you don't want the hards. You want the... Well, that perfectly explains why. No grip with those hard compound tires. I mean, it was worth a gamble, I suppose, considering where he was. No, I would have gone to the soft tires if I were Brandox. Really. Yeah, because with these conditions, you'll have more mechanical grip and whatnot. Yeah, he would have been in a prime opportunity. Actually, I think it stopped. Oh, it has. Yep. Look. No raindrops on the camera lens or on the halo. It's actually stopped during the safety car period. The safety car period was that long and it actually stopped. I mean, I guess the good news is for Brandox is that he doesn't need to make another pit stop. He can go to the end on those tires. The hards will last you a very long time around here. But he's going to have to do about 20 laps. Which is a bit of a distance. Yeah, for the hards at least, yeah. Alright, so the safety car is coming in, so Luna will leave the field. We'll wait and see when he goes. Safety car will peel into its home and pit lane. And we can get back under green flag conditions here at Spa. Luna hasn't gone yet, not yet at least. He'll probably go by the time they get to the end of the bus stop, which is exactly what he's doing. We're back under green here at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps, on lap 4 of 22. Luna leads the way. Provatox is in second, and Resify is in third. El Pilator in fourth, who's dropped down a spot. There's Riggs, then the two Alpha Tires of Boomsha, Nathan. There's Nicholas Boitza, Joes, and Liam. Right now as the top 10. And they make their way up and over the crest of Rouge and Radion. Down the Kemmel Straight they go. Resify closing in. He's got a bit of straight line speed, it seems. Looking interested, but can't commit. Oh, but almost. Maybe a bit too committed to the curve there at turn 5. A bit close there for the McLaren. That Purcell's up towards the No Name. Oh, again, Resify not having another moment there at the exit of turn 9. And there's the Red Bull of Riggs as they make their way through Pouon. Around Pouon we go. Boomshot in 6th, Nathan in 7th, Boita 8th, Joes and Liam. Brandox has not gained any sort of ground, not quite yet at least. But Luna though, he has gained some time. He's about 1.2 seconds ahead of Provatox, as expected considering that Provatox is on the mediums, Luna is on the softs. But that McLaren though is looking quite quick down a straight line. Wait and see how that all pans out. To the bus stop chicane. Hard on the brakes. Through the bus stop. To end lap 5 of 22. No DRS yet. That'll be enabled in the next lap. Notice that's the fast lap. 144.961. That's now being by Leo Aris with a 44.7. Belbo B overtaking Liam. Into turn 1. Julian battling Dominic Nielsen. Into Lasors. Down the old pit straight. Dominic Nielsen stays in front. In 12th position. Remember, top 10 do score points here in PSGL. Something to keep in mind. Meanwhile, the Ferrari is closing in. Not quite by enough, though, to attack the Aston Martin in front of him. Top 3, though, are starting to pull a margin a little bit from El Pilator. Pilator needs to keep up if he wants any sort of chance of trying to get the race win or fight for a podium here. And the last couple of weeks for El Pilator have been fantastic as well. 2 weeks ago, he had a bit of a shocker start as Suzuka was last at one point, finished in 3rd, thanks to a timed safety car that helped him out in the race. And then another bit too last week. I don't think he had the greatest starts if I remember correctly last week either, but he still kept fighting towards the front, and then yeah, worked his way up and won the race in front of his own crowd. Oh, contact! And contact, and into the wall goes Dominic Nielsen. Into the Armco barrier. There was contact between him and Julian. I definitely caught that. Definitely will be an incident report, I imagine, unfortunately. Dominic Nielsen down to 17th place. Meanwhile, Brandox is battling the other Williams of Nick Kenshin as DRS is now enabled. Right, how does this fare between the top three? Almost everyone in the top 10 is within DRS. I think though Nick Reservoir has got a quicker car down the straights. Look at that. Look at the McLaren straight line speed here. Holy moly, that's quick. He's done a 2-for-1 down the Kemmel Straight. Absolutely ridiculous straight line speed from that McLaren. Protox also overtakes Luno in the process as well, and there's yellow flags at the back. That's the other Williams and Nick Kenshin. Going off into the grass. And Dominic Nielsen got damaged as well, so he's on to a set of softs. He'll need a safety car to bring him back into this race. Gee whiz, that McLaren is so quick down the straights. That's unbelievable. Botox had no answers. Luno definitely had no answers for what he was about to expect. Yeah, Recify though needs to pull a bit of a margin, but I imagine those soft tires are starting to come into the little bit with their wits end a little bit. Protox is still managing to keep up, as he's got nearly a 1 second margin to our pole sitter, who does have DRS, so he will close that gap back up. He needs to stay within that 1 second range, Luno. He doesn't want to lose out to the top two. And meanwhile, it looks like Protox is lining up for is the rain back? Did I see raindrop? No, it wasn't. I thought for a minute I saw raindrops again. But here comes Protox looking anywhere he can find. And there you go. Protox into the race lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. Bellevue also overtakes Leo Ayres. That's for 11th place. Making the way through turn A up towards No Name. Half a second though separating the top two. Top 9 within somewhat of DRS touch. Top 10 though, well, that being Liam in 10th, he's a little bit outside that 1 second range. Needs to close that back up if he wants to get DRS. Yeah, so far still cloudy, but no sign of rain or anything, which is probably the best thing for the drivers. Protox has turned on the battery as well. Yep, as you can definitely tell, just so he can get out of that 1 second range and not have that McLaren who's got some straight line speed to close up on him. And he's going into pit lane. Alright. 2 cars into pit lane as well. Nathan's in as well. Julian's now in, so we got 3 cars into the pit lane. And it's a set of medium tires for Resify. And for Nathan, same story. Mediums and mediums as well for Julian. Right, so Protox leads the way. 1.4 seconds. Separating these two. Riggs looking right side, but of course he can't commit to anything there into Lacombe. Down the hill up towards turn 8 we go. El Pilator. Right on the back of Luno. That's Italian trying to see if he can find a way by against the Swede. He's got a Finn though, his Scandinavian colleague, behind of Riggs. Right now at the moment, moment as we speak, if this race were to end as it is, Provatox would get the championship lead. Hey, into Jeddah. Razor's got to do everything he possibly can in order to close that margin though between himself and Provatox right now in this race. Provatox though has used up a lot of his battery. You can definitely see the flashing red line in the back of the car. Let me see how everyone is on battery. Dominilson's got a penalty. Yeah, Provatox was low on battery as you saw. Ludo is also low. Now Pilator is not low. He's on 67% as now Ludo goes into pit lane. Couple other cars as well. Boomsha and also Bellbell B. They're into pit lane. Race has got all the battery he has as well in store. 90% of battery life in that Red Bull. Up and over Rouge and Radion. Down the Kemmel straight we go. He'll open the DRS heading up towards Lake Calm. Not much El Pilator can do in this situation. And the Red Bull raises pass up to now second position. Dominilson out of the race. He's had enough. Unfortunately, retires after just 9 laps of racing. And Julian goes through into 15th. Yeah, Riggs may have the battery life, but he doesn't have the grip. Is the only unfortunate thing he's got that's holding him. Oh, that might be a warning there. He definitely ran wide there, the Fania chicane. Alright, well, here we go. Down towards Blanchimont we go. 2 seconds. He'll close that gap thanks to the battery life he's got. I probably would imagine also he'll try to go into the pits, I think this lap, and see if he can go for an undercut attempt. Of course, no, he doesn't. Nope, he is not going in. He's staying out for another lap. Interesting. Brandos is in 7th. Keep him in mind. He did pit a couple of times during the first safety car period. Pitted from inters, then he went to the hards. He's going to try to get to the end, obviously, from with those tires. Meanwhile, me is for Joe's, and Brokey's coming as well. He'll be on the hard compound tire to the end of this race. Skirmish here between Julian and Bellbell B. Bellbell B to the left-hand side. Looking anywhere he can possibly find. Can't find anything there into turn 1. Oh, a bit of a wiggle there. Bit of a wiggle there from the Alfa Romeo. And here comes the Mercedes to have a good run into Eau Rouge. Well, there you go. Oh, and a spin! Spin there for Nick Kenshin. He might have tagged the back of the Alfa Romeo. Just got caught up in the turbulent air. Or at least something. I'm not entirely sure. Could have been that, or if he just got or if he just tagged the back of the Alfa. Either way, he is spun. And meanwhile, though, keep your eyes also on Resify. Yellow flies. Oh, that's Nick Kenshin again, who spun this time at turn 8. Provatox is yet to stop. Same with Riggs. Same with El Pilator. Same with Nicholas Boita. And Leo. Actually, no, Leo did pit, if I remember correctly. He did pit under the safety car as well. But I doubt he's going to go to the end on those tires. El Pilator is in the pits. He will come in. And I think from where he's at, he should be coming onto the medium tires to the end of this race. I probably would imagine. Yep, medium tires. Ludo sets fastest lap with a 44.5. He's looking quite racy, but he's also got Nathan behind him as well. On those medium tires as well. But he's also got a time penalty as well to his name. I said as well in one sentence. What on earth am I saying here? Leo overtakes Liam there for 4th at the Camel Straight. There's Brandox. Not far away from these guys. If he can make this strategy work, I will applaud him for it. Right now he's not doing too bad. He's just keeping himself out of trouble. And more importantly, not getting into... Yeah, just being patient and just doing the best he can. Remember, he crashed out in qualifying. And, yeah. He tried to go for a gamble on intermediate tires. Of course, that wasn't going to work since the track is now dried up. And it's also sunny, as you can see. But no, he's doing quite well. I will say that. He's going to have to do another 10 laps on those tires, but I think he should be okay. But it's going to depend how his tires are. That's the thing. Protox stays out for another lap. Riggs is in the pits. He'll go onto the mediums to the end. Boyda stays out for another lap. I'm probably going to guess Protox is going to go for either a medium... He's going to go for a medium soft. I probably would imagine. And probably the same story with Nicholas Boyta. Leo stays out. Not a total surprise. Brandock's on the back of Liam. Reservoir is closing in as well. Nathan overtakes Rick. Oh, hello. Oh, Riggs in the pits. He's gone to another set of mediums. Oh, righto. Okay, so he's going for a 2-stop. Or did he get some sort of damage? I wonder. Brandox overtakes Liam there down the Camel Straight. Pretty much straightforward. He's now up into 4th place. I'm going to take a look at that actually, real quick. Did he get damage? Where is he? No, that's incidents. Sorry. No, it was a genuine stop. So yeah, he was going for a 2-stop strategy. So he doesn't think those tires will make it to the end of the race. Keep in mind as well, Reservoir and Luno did pit for memes as well. They're on the same. They were on the same strat as Riggs. Meanwhile, though, these McLarens are quite close to one another. I probably would imagine Liam will have to let his teammate through, considering that he is on the fresher tires. Yep, there you go. Puts his McLaren to 5th. Reservoir does. Thanks to Liam getting out of the way for his teammate. Of course, Liam has yet to make a pit stop. Or does he? I'm not entirely sure. Did he make a pit stop when I wasn't looking? No. He has still yet to make a pit stop. Boyda's back into pit lane. He's going onto a set of soft compound tires. So both Red Bulls are committed to a 2-stop strategy. That is very interesting. Meanwhile, though, Brandox is now closing in on Leo. Out of battery as well as the Aston Martin. Reservoir, though, closing in. He's also out of battery as well, seeing these blinking lights. Yeah, I'm surprised that a lot of the drivers are going for 2 stops. Unless the Mias are that worthless towards the end that they can't do a 1-stop, I don't know. But the more that Protox is staying out, the more he's going to cost himself time and track position. Brokey, 3-second time penalty, because right now he's got a 9.2-second lead to Leo. He doesn't need to stop. Luno now overtakes Reservoir overtakes Luno, I believe that was. Or was it Liam? No, that was Liam. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the other McLaren and Aston Martin duo. Speaking of the other McLaren and Aston Martin duo, here comes Reservoir and Brandox to the right-hand side of Blanchimont. He's going to try to commit. Oh, there's contact again between the two. And Reservoir gets in front of Brandox. He's into 3rd place. But in that process, he got a 3-second time penalty. Protox stays out for another lap. Interesting little tactics. Yeah, Leo I don't think needs to make another stop, but I think right now in this situation, he's definitely not looking good. He's staying out for a little bit too long. Here comes Resify, though. DRS, and yeah, there's literally nothing the Haas can do. He could just literally say wave goodbye to the McLaren. Up to now second place goes the McLaren. Resify in second, but now he's got that 3-second penalty over his head. He needs to get a move on. Brando's going to have his teammate Luna for company very shortly. He needs to clear that Haas as quickly as he possibly can. And 9 seconds is the margin between the top two. That gap is shrinking as well. Provotox is staying out for too long. He needs to get into the pits and quickly to get off of those mediums. Jones gets a penalty for multiple warnings. There goes Lino. He's going through ahead of his teammate for 4th place. Trying to go hunt down Resify. Provotox stays out another. Why is he staying out? He needs to come in. He has to come into the pit lane. He's going to keep losing time if he stays out. Is he really trying to gamble for a safety car or something? I don't know. That could be another reason why he's doing this, but the more he stays out, the more he's going to lose time and track position. Not very ideal what he's doing. Meanwhile, though, Luna overtakes Leo for 3rd. El Pilator now overtakes Nathan for 7th. Races back into the top 10 after making another pit stop, as well, as you can see. His teammate, though, hasn't really progressed much. He's still outside that top 10. Make the way down towards turn 8. 8 seconds, the margin between Resify and Provotox. Yeah, at this rate, though, Provotox needs a safety car to save his race. That gap is continuously shrinking as the seconds tick on by. It's less than 8 seconds, though, separating these two. Between Resify and Provotox. Brandox now overtakes Leo for 4th place. And El Pilator also overtakes Liam. Gee whiz, that was before the Blanchiment. Deary me. Over DRS, back onto the main straight away. Riggs can't find anything there against Nathan there into the source. Provotox stays out for another lap. What is he doing? He's gonna keep losing time. 15 laps on those mediums, mind you, too. Give him credit for that, but gee whiz. The more he stays out, the more he's gonna hurt himself. Here comes Riggs. Right hand side. Can he get by Nathan into the comb? The sides are side by side, 8th through turn 7. He'll have the inside line. Very good racing between the two. Riggs gets in front of him into 8th place. That was very good driving there by the pair of them. At the rate it's going, if Provotox, let's say, pits now, he'll come out. He's going to come out actually in 14th, I would imagine. Right around outside the points. If he doesn't pit quickly. Yeah, and look at the gap. It's still shrinking. It's 6.5 seconds now between Resify and Provotox. Let's see. Does he go in this lap? He has to, surely. Riggs go. No, he stays out another lap. What is he doing? As Race goes ahead of Liam there for 7th. Yeah, this is really hurting him by the minute, really, for Proventox. I'm actually amazed what he's doing. He has to pit soon. He has to. He can't just gamble on a safety car. The thing is, too, he was in prime position to win this race, Proventox. Oh, for goodness sake. As my controller dies. Fantastic. My apologies there. Well, meanwhile, El Pilator is trying to overtake Brandox as they fight towards Lake Combe. El Pilator goes to 4th, ahead of Brandox. Brandox gets demoted down to 5th place as Liam gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, wait. There's rain. Hello. There's rain afoot. That explains a lot. So Proventox did this because the rain was coming. I did not realize that it was coming late. What a weird transition. It went from rain at one point, dried up, it was sunny, and now it's back to raining again. And look, it's starting to get a little heavier. So Proventox is going to come into the pits very shortly to get onto the intermediate tires. Nick Kenshin's on the soft tire, meanwhile down at 16th place. Does Proventox now pit? Riggs is going through, up to 6th place. Proventox stays out for another lap. 4.5 seconds is the margin. And he's got another 5 more laps to go. In the pits. Brandox is in the pits. He's going to go on to the intermediate tires, I think. He'll go for a gamble. I mean, I guess why not in his situation? Yep, I'm seeing intermediates from everyone in the pit lane. Intermediates for Brandox, for Liam. Julian as well. Everyone that's in is on the intermediates. Brokey's coming in as well. Oh, but I know that track isn't wet enough just yet. It's 4 seconds, though. The rain has increased. Rezify, though, is closing in. He's got the fresher tires, remember that, compared to Proventox. Proventox has been on those tires since the start of the race. Meanwhile, the race on the back of El Pilator, making the way through Pouon. Down the Fania chicane we go. Oh, a bit of a missed apex there from the Italian. The track is starting to get a bit more shiny. This is going to get interesting here. There definitely is a lack of grip, I imagine. Put up lap data as well to keep our eyes on this as well. 3.2 seconds. Does Proventox come in? He has to surely now. He goes into pit lane. Does Rezify follow? The answer is yes, he goes in. Does Luno? Yes. Everyone's coming into pit lane. DRS is disabled. It's now intermediate conditions. Where is Brandox, though? He's coming up to the bus stop chicane. Where's Proventox? He's in the pit lane. He got behind Luno. Where's the Aston Martin, though? Can the Aston Martin get ahead of the Ferrari as they make their way towards the source? Into turn 1. I think the Ferrari is going to stay in front. He does stay in front. But Brandox goes up to 3rd. Boomsha stays out for another lap. But he's going to be struggling on those tires. Proventox has absolutely played this perfectly. Was not expecting that at all. And I don't think Brandox was expecting that. Straight line speed. Rezify moves up into 3rd ahead of Proventox, or into Brandox, sorry. Proventox, though, is going to be catching Boomshit soon. We have seen, too, how Rezify is quick in these sort of conditions as well. So keep that in mind. The gap right now, 1.9 seconds, but he does have a time penalty to his name. Brandox just needs to keep up. The gap is shrinking 10th by 10th, almost at every corner. They're catching up to the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri can't do nothing about this. Here comes the McLaren. He's struggling. Oh, they're getting held up a little bit. And here goes the McLaren of Reservoir through. So, same with Brandox. He's through. Same with Luna. He's now through. They get by the obstacle there. 1.8 seconds. Reservoir trying to close up. Around Blanchimont, up towards the bus stop. It's 1.7 seconds separating these two. He has a penalty though, but he's catching. He definitely is catching for sure. Out of the race, or no, Spinny, that's Boomsha at the bus stop. Those medium tires not working for him as maybe has left the session. But this is where Reservoir gains all the time, is that down the straight. Down the straight is where he gains all this time here. 1.6 seconds, the margin here. And Reservoir does not have any battery left in his disposal, neither does Brandox. I honestly cannot believe it's actually worked for Provotox, but it has worked. He's proved me wrong. I wasn't expecting the rain to come late into the race, but I like surprises, I guess. 1.4 seconds, the margin here between the top two. It's shrinking a little bit by the second here, by every 10th through that middle sector. Up towards the end of the middle sector into Stavolo we go. Brandox has lost time though to Reservoir. It's now over 1 second. And Lino is closing in. Blanchimont, Reservoir trying to catch up. 1.1 seconds. He needs to get ahead of Provotox and gain at least 3 seconds in order for him to win this race. Doesn't seem very strong there through the bus stop. I'm going to see what Provotox's situation is in terms of warnings. He doesn't have any. He's clean. Brandox, he's got 2 warnings. And Julian's got a penalty and multiple warnings. Nathan overtakes Liam. They're side by side through Rouge and Rayon. It's Weber and Alonso, but there's contact. Liam gets a worse of all that situation. Oh no. Not very good there between those two. I can't imagine there will be an incident report as well. Riggs overtakes El Pilator for 5th. That'll be a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, 1.4 seconds. The margin between the top two. Oh, Reservoir has got another penalty. That's it. That is definitely it. That's game over for Reservoir. That's his chance for a win is gone. Probably for the podium as well. Who's got the fastest lap out of curiosity? It's Luno. He's got the fastest lap, so he will score that extra point. Alright, well, here we go. Final lap of the race. The only thing Luno can pray for is for Provotox to make a mistake. As we're on to the final lap of this race. That's Boomsha there causing the yellow flag there at Sector 2. If you want to know. Yeah, Provotox played this to absolute perfection, his strategy. I honestly cannot believe he actually pulled it off. Well done to him for sure. It's now nearly 2 seconds is the margin. Provotox leading the way and pulling a gap as well. Nicholas Boyer gets ahead of Joe's for 9th. Pretty much will be cementing his place, I think, in 9th place. From what it looks like. Yells are out again, that's for Boomshaw. This time at turn 1 at La Source. Rampool on up towards the finish chicane for the final time. Start of the race on the medium tires. Did 17 laps, mind you. 17 or 18 laps on those medium compound tires. He made it work. And as the rain came, he did it to absolute perfection. A superb strategy call from the Ferrari driver. Ferrari game, the strategy is correct. Well, anyway, only 2 more corners to go for Provotox. Around the final corner now to cross the start-finish line. He wins the Belgian Grand Prix. A fantastic strategic call from the Ferrari driver. As Rezify gets second, but he won't be for long as Luna will take second. Brandox in third. A strong result for Aston Martin and a strong result for Brandox after crashing out in qualifying. Rezify will be in fourth, Riggs in fifth, El Pilator in sixth, Leo in seventh, Nathan in eighth, Nicholas Boita in ninth. Joe's rounds off the 10. Along with Bell will be Julian, Brokey, Liam, Boomsh, and Nick Kenshin. And now Provotox is our new championship leader with only 2 more rounds to go. Yeah, because of, let me do the math real quick. Just gonna look at where they would stand if this would be the case. So yeah, with him getting the win, Riggs getting 5th, that means the gap right now is it's gonna be 10 points separate between Provotox and Riggs. Yeah, better buckle up. This definitely is not over, this championship fight. Not in the slightest. Nick Ketchen crosses the line. We'll complete the final classified runners. But what a day for Provotox. His 2nd win of the championship. Absolutely superb race. The most consistent form I've seen from anybody so far in this championship. He's only had 1 bad race. That was back at Bahrain. Ever since then, it's just been superb form. Always in the top 5, always fighting for podiums. And he's got a top flight finish, winning here at Spa in the new Ferrari outfit, of course, too. A really good day for Aston Martin, like I mentioned. Luna finishing 2nd, Brandox in 3rd. Great result from Brandox after crashing out of qualifying. Definitely driver of the day in my books. And there are the unofficial results here of this Belgian Grand Prix. Provotox takes the win here at Spa. Luna 2nd, Brandox in 3rd place. Followed by Rezify, Riggs, El Pilator, Leo, Nathan, Nicholas Boitza, Joe's BLB, Julian Brokey, Liam, Boomsha, Nick Kenshin, Dominic Nielsen, and Mebi rounds out the orders. Unfortunately, though, I won't have time for interviews because I gotta go to a wedding actually in just a little bit. In my time. So, no, I'm not getting married. It's just I just know the groom very well. He's getting married tonight. So yeah, I got invited to his wedding. But yeah, hopefully though we'll have Flynn back for Jeddah. And hopefully he'll be okay after his issue with his vocal cords. I think he said it was his ulcer or something like that. Yeah, which is part of your vocal cords. But, yeah. But yeah, if you're watching Flynn, get well, of course. Yeah, don't feel sorry that, you know, you missed out or whatever. I'd rather you be healthy than not be healthy. But yeah, no, that'll wrap it up. But yeah, I'm sorry that I can't do interviews. I just don't have time to. But I'll just do a quick highlight. Congratulations again to Provençaux. Absolute master strategic class by the Ferrari driver. And then, of course, like I mentioned, with the two Aston Martins, a very strong result, especially for Brandox after crashing out qualifying from 18th to 3rd. Very superb result indeed. And a very good result as well for Luno. But yeah, I think with that, folks, it's time to wrap it all up. Thank you very much for watching. I have been KD1997. We'll be back next week for round 9, the penultimate round of the championship at the Jeddah Corniche circuit for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And I cannot anticipate that I can't anticipate that there will be some drama coming our way. Hopefully there will be some drama, but also for a clean race as well. Until everyone, take care and goodbye.